Hey everyone, welcome back to another book preview video. I've just finished recording this new character designer book from 21 Draw, and as you can see, I've also got some of the other books here. So I figured whilst I've got a bit of time, I'll crack on with recording one of the other books as well. So this is Learn from 100 Famous Artists, and as you can see there are some very well-known artists listed there. I'll let you pause the video if needed instead of me reading them all out and getting all the names wrong. And that's the back. We will take a look at the contents in a second, assuming it has one. I'm sure it will do. Let me move that into shot a little bit more there. I always mention in these videos that the pages are quite glossy, so it is difficult to get the lighting good and not too reflective. Hopefully you can see the contents there. So judging from these, it is going to basically be different artists' take on these different characters. So let's take a look again actually. It's not so much a content as a list of characters. Dragons, devils, detectives, adventurers, aliens, anti-heroes, spoilt child, soldier. I mean, there's some pretty random stuff on there, but that's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm guessing this will just be different artist takes on these characters. I don't know if there's going to be any writing to go with these, or whether it is just images, but to be honest, a book like this probably doesn't really need much writing, or any. I always say that I find these kinds of books quite inspiring. So it's not necessarily a book that you would learn from how to draw, I guess. But at the same time, you could do, especially if you sort of maybe saw a style that you like the look of. It would be good to study from that. Or maybe you've just seen some work in here that you like the style of. It's a good way to find an artist and then learn from them. And so far it's looking like it ranges from quite realistic, like this one here, quite sketchy, which I like the look of. Realistic again, but a more painterly style. We've got a range of characters, so I don't know what that one is, but it's pretty cool. Oh, demon, sorry, it says at the top. Some more sort of comic book styles. I don't know what kind of style you actually call that, but it's pretty cool. We've got creatures. I'm going to try and not to go through every page individually because, you know, there wouldn't be much reason to buy the book then. So I'm just trying to do this as a bit of a preview, just to give you guys an idea of what to expect. So far, they're all looking pretty cool. I'm a big fan of ones like this, where it's maybe fantasy warrior designs, evil clowns. Pretty cool. Oh, there you go. There are tutorials in here and some text as well. Because I'm skipping a few pages at once, I don't know if I've skipped any of these or if this is just a one-off. So we're only 70 pages in, 78 pages in, and you can already see that pretty much every page is a completely different style, or every 2 pages is a completely different style. So regardless of what you like in terms of art, there's always going to be something in here, from something a little bit more basic to sort of more complicated, cartoony, realistic, painterly, black and white, sketchy, you know, things like that. That's pretty cool. Another tutorial. I'm a big fan of pin-ups, so that to me stands out as one that's quite interesting. But again, that's not everybody's cup of tea. But that's the good thing about this book, I guess. If you watched my other video where I previewed the character designer book, you'll know that I actually couldn't remember what books these were because I ordered them such a long time ago off of Kickstarter that I couldn't really remember what was in each one. But this one, as well as the illustrator's handbook or guidebook, I think it's called, has actually been out for quite a while now. But when they released the new character designer book, one of the backing options on Kickstarter was to get all 3 books. And because I missed out on these the first time they were released, I figured it would be a good opportunity to get them. That's why I am only just reviewing them, potentially years later for some of them. But I believe you can still get them on the 21 Draw website, even if you missed the original Kickstarter. I know I already mentioned this at the beginning of the video, but you wouldn't buy this expecting it to be a tutorial book. For me, it's more about ideas, designs. I would go as far as to say it's even more important if you're an artist at the same stage as me. I'm going to interrupt myself a second just to say this is one of my favourite artists. I think it's called Reiq, unless you pronounce it different. Again, it's a bit of a manga style and pin-ups, but yeah, really cool. Anyway, yeah, interrupting myself. The stage I'm at in art, I love to draw, but I haven't developed my own style yet. I do always love to see other artists' styles, but especially in things like this, it helps to sort of find a few styles you like and then maybe work towards them in developing your own style. So, you know, it could be quite a big step for some artists. So there's definitely some interesting designs on here. It goes from punk, rabbit, reluctant hero to salaryman. But yeah, it's actually, this is a really nice book. So if you are someone who likes to own nice art books or collects art books, this is definitely one worth getting from the looks of things. As I always mention, it's not like I've sat and looked through this properly yet though. Me looking at this on camera is the first time I've seen this. But it definitely looks like a really nice book to own. We have passed quite a few tutorials now. So whilst they're not on every page, there is quite a bit. So it's not just images, there is sort of more content to pad it out as well. I haven't actually read through the tutorials though. I assume they're going to be decent though. That one freaks me out a little bit. So we are coming to the end here. You can probably tell that I'm struggling to hold the book down here because it's wanting to spring back. In case I didn't mention, this is a soft cover book. This and one of the others is, I think the Illustrator's Handbook or Guidebook is a soft cover one, whereas the character design one is a hardcover. I would argue that this is actually a character design book anyway, but yeah, the other one specifically is called a character design book. And roughly there is about 250 pages to this one. I think it's also a little bit bigger than the others, but you can probably tell at the beginning of the video when they're side by side. And another tutorial to end on there. So I'm going to leave it at that, guys. And if I haven't already, I will be making video previews on the other books shown at the beginning of the video. So make sure you check the description box below the video and I will put links into those. I will also add a link to a playlist full of art books like this that I've made videos on for those who are interested. So leave me a comment below, let me know what you think to these books or if you've backed any good books on Kickstarter recently. And as always, make sure you hit that thumbs up button and subscribe for more content. Thanks for watching, everyone.